February 7th will mark the 10th anniversary of the release of the UN Commission of Inquiry report on human rights in North Korea. The report immediately became a foundation document, one that continues to be foundational for those national governments, non-governmental organizations, and individuals committed to exposing and improving the internal horrors of the Kim regime's despotic rule. As the report points out, that dystopian totalitarian rule, now stretching across 3 generations, is unique in the modern world. The documentation of mass murder, enslavement, imprisonment, and the denial of all fundamental human rights has no parallel, except for the depraved genocidal crimes of Nazi Germany. And as it was with the scourge of Hitler, the sheer scale of offenses committed against the North Korean people in the name of state policy clearly amounts to crimes against humanity, heinous crimes that must be ended, and those responsible held accountable. In my view, based on more than 3 decades of experience in international security affairs, national governments, both individually and collectively, have failed to uphold the moral imperative of addressing and reversing the crimes of the North Korean regime so expertly documented by the COI investigation. Paying lip service to the importance of human rights is not enough. In fact, in a rather cynical way, it can provide cover for failing to take those actions, as difficult as they may be, that would have a real effect on achieving the goals set forth in the Commission report. Instead of imposing effective costs for its violations of human rights, or even for its nuclear weapons program, which is built on the bones of the regime's victims, the major states have consistently practiced appeasement, a policy that has failed for over 30 years. The perverse outcome of this amoral, if not immoral, approach has witnessed both a large growth in the nuclear and missile threat and the strengthening of the Kim dynasty by providing it with the resources that it uses to repress and brutalize its own people. We need to call it like it is. With the failure of UN states to take effective action, and in some cases, as with China and Russia, actually aiding and abetting the North's human rights crimes, the role of non-governmental organizations has become central to the struggle for human rights in North Korea. And here, I would like to congratulate HRNK, its leadership, especially Greg Scarletou, and his dedicated staff, who every day fight for the betterment of the citizens of North Korea. HRNK research and publications by Bob Collins and others have made an enormous contribution to understanding the true nature of the regime, the true evilness embodied in its pervasive denial of human rights as a pillar of the regime's survival. The HRNK-sponsored satellite imagery has also brought a whole other dimension to expanding public awareness and the need for effective action by putting human rights up front in our national security policy. It is essential that this work continue. So on this 10th anniversary, let us take note of the contributions and importance of the COI report. And let us use this occasion as a milestone for rededicating our commitment to the cause of human rights. The challenge is great, but the outcome is certain. Like all totalitarian states before it, the Kim regime will fall as a consequence of its own internal contradictions. The people of North Korea, now held hostage, will be free. Thank you very much.